Hello everybody, this is Gregory, 5-Minute Catholic Apologetics and Living, where 5 minutes of your time may get you to the divine. Today I'm just going to give a nice reminder, exhortation to Protestants about not trying to speak for Catholics and what you think the Catholic Church teaches. Now before we begin, let's start with the prayer. Nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritui Sancti, Amen. Gloria Patri et Filio et Spiritui Sancto, secutor in principio, et nunc et semper, et in saecula saeculorum. Amen. If you guys are new to the channel, we do have an episode of the Sign of the Cross. The Sign of the Cross goes back to the early church. You look at Tertullian in the second 200s. Talked about in his writings how the apostles, in fact, were doing the Sign of the Cross. So, Protestants believe in the Trinity, so I don't know why they don't do the Sign of the Cross, but they don't do the Sign of the Cross, probably because it's too Catholic. Either way, this video is going to be short, so I just want to give advice to Protestants, because we do get people who are Protestants who follow this channel. I don't know why, because this channel is meant for Catholics, but either way, you guys are more than welcome to post in the comments. And as I've always had an open invite, you're more than welcome to come onto a live stream and discuss what you perceive the Catholic Church to be, and I can answer questions for you. Because, posting long comments and then replying with long comments and then replying, it's just such a waste of time. It's just so much easier to just come on for 30 minutes and we just talk, and that's it. But either way, one of the things I get frustrated with is when Protestants post comments, well, the Catholic Church worships statues. The Catholic Church believes in Mary as a goddess. The Catholic Church eats the flesh of Jesus. All these things. And I don't mind you posting comments, but I would strongly exhort you, just post truths, because the Catholic Church doesn't teach any of those things. So if you want to have a cogent point, and I'm not really into polemics, but if you want to have a cogent point, find in the Catechism or some Catholic work that has an imprimatur, meaning has a stamp of approval, that the Catholic Church does in fact believe what you're saying it believes. Famous, I would not want to use this word because pejoratively today, it's seen pejoratively, but there was a great evangelist, Fulton Sheen. He used to have a show on NBC in the 1950s that was watched by millions of people in America. And he had a great saying. It's like there's only like 10 people that hate the Catholic Church for what it truly teaches, but there's thousands that hate it for what they think it teaches. And so I think this is so true with Protestants, because a lot of Protestants, it's not even their fault. They've been raised in a milieu of anti-Catholicism, either by their pastor or by their family. And so they read like Jack Chick literature and all these things that make them believe that the Catholic Church actually teaches things that it doesn't teach. So it's understandable why there'd be a sense of either frustration or anger, or you actually believe that the church is the whore of Babylon or the Antichrist, because that's the way you were raised. So it's not like I get mad at you guys, but when you post comments about how we worship statues or whatever it is, find it in Catholic literature. Find it in the Catechism. There's no secret doctrine in the Catholic faith. We're not Gnostics. There's no secret doctrine. Everything the church teaches is found, for example, in the Catechism, which is a book that explains everything the Catholic Church teaches. You can find this online for free at the USCCB website. You can find it in tons of places. So find it. Instead of just making spurious accounts that we're Jesus flesh eaters or we're idolaters and all these things, we don't do those things. So yeah, you're going to find it in your Protestant literature that we do these things, but it's like asking somebody who lives in Belgium to give a deep down first-hand account of Rwandan history when you can just go to Rwanda and get the history from them or from a Rwandan. It's like, it doesn't make any sense. You're going to get it from other sources when you can just get it directly from the church. So if you truly believe that the church does these bad things or wicked things, or has theology that's specious or even anti-biblical or all these things, quote it from Catholic sources. Quote it from Catholic sources. I've talked about in previous episodes how a lot of Protestants, they continue this belief of thinking they know what the Catholic Church teaches when you don't. And if you have questions about the Catholic faith and you want clarification, then there's so many Catholic resources out there. There's Catholic Answers. There's EWTN, which is a gigantic station. They have call-in shows. You can write to these different places and they can give you answers. Learn about it. So instead of being like the Catholic Church are flesh-eating cannibals, why don't you learn what the Catholic Church teaches about the Eucharist and the real presence, which you can find in the Catechism or you can call in. And instead of believing that we worship statues, how about you look in the catechism what we have written about idolatry, that we agree that idolatry was wrong, obviously, and see what the church teaches about statues or icons or whatever images. Learn what the Catholic Church teaches before you make accounts of what you think the Catholic Church teaches. Either way, guys, until next time, post in the comments. Until next time, take care, God bless, and pray.